Yeah, I was trying to figure out, like, why did I even find this game? Like, I remember I submitted this, I remember playing it, and it was like on some guy's itch.io page. And yeah, I did some digging before we went online, and apparently I played and submitted other games by this guy. He has like pretty good MT fitting platformers, platformers. He did at least Warper and Temple of the Four Serpents. I'm looking at his page. There are a bunch of others that I haven't played, but probably could be good to test at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, we've actually played a lot of games from this guy, but unfortunately, we had an incident where a couple of them didn't run the same as others. So I'm really hoping, you know, he continues to make games, and I'm hoping he's getting better. But we'll have to be keeping an eye on whether or not it runs the same speed for both these racers. I made sure they both are using 60 FPS. But yeah, we've got Maurice versus Exuno. Maurice with 5 top 8 stars. 6th edition, that means Maurice has been in top 8 every single time he's been in a mystery tournament. And has won mystery tournament before, won mystery tournament 14, and finished 2nd their very first year. Oh, I'll turn the music down. Anyways, so yeah, very, very strong racer. Exuno, been in mystery tournament a long time. Used to run mystery tournament, in fact. And so, yeah, has a lot of experience, has played a lot of games. So, anything could happen. I think Maurice is the favorite, but this is quite a game. This is kind of a mind-bending game.
Yeah, Exuno is no slouch, but Maurice is one of the most consistent players we have, so it's hard to pick anyone other than as a favorite here.
It's true.
I was looking ahead at my own brackets. So someone 3 to 5 has top 8 every time they've entered. It's their 4th time this time. I'm sorry, we can't have too many of those. Do we have any others?
A really good point. Maybe Triscore, maybe Zex. I'm not sure though. Sometimes they finish out, and they've been in so many that it's hard to.
Yeah, there's no way those two haven't had an off year at some point. They've been here for so long. And I'm sure we have some people who only participated once or twice and made top 8 in those, but yeah, 3 and 5 every time top 8. Those are pretty solid numbers.
Yeah, the prediction. This is probably gonna be a one-sided prediction. It's true, Exuno's no slouch. This is a game where I also think that we've seen Maurice do quite well in games like this, but you never know. I found this game. This game's not very long. This would definitely be a good game to get out of the tournament early, but also it's pretty hard. Like I don't know. I thought there was a lot of sections where you really gotta think a little bit outside the box.
Yeah, I remember how this game roughly plays, but I don't remember anything that specific. But, I did notice that the dev has categories on his itch.io page, and this is in 2D platformers, no puzzling. So.
I guess. you could argue what is puzzle and what isn't puzzle. I mean, it's very much a platformer. It's execution, but I mean, it's still certain levels you have to be pretty specific to get through them. You have to make very much intended jumps and lands where the game expects you to, or else you probably won't get through the stage.
Right. I was also like a little surprised to see that, but. It doesn't have like actual puzzle that you stop to solve. It just has a bunch of unusual gimmicks that you need to use in certain ways. So it's like it does have something that you could sort of call puzzle, but super light on that side.
Yeah, I'd maybe call it a puzzle platformer. Just waiting for everyone to get set up. We're moving right along.
Yeah, someone in chat messing up Racebot comments. Not gonna snitch on any more than that.
I think we can switch over. Maurice said done on accident, yeah. So Exuno asked for a redraw because he said, oh no, Maurice already finished. Okay. The game is Soul Mirror. Oh, but it still says Block Source. Oh no, I did everything except fill in the name. Soul Mirror. There we go.
Well, I got 2 subs in a row, so that part was correct at least.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, oh, I don't have to fill that in, but the name is important to get right. Let's switch audio. And then I think we'll be ready. This game is probably, it probably doesn't even have music. We'll see. It might just have some beeps and boops.
According to the title screen, it has music.
Oh, it's true. Really good point. And we're off. Maurice with the early lead. I'm just kidding.
So there's this little bit of an introductory section, and there's going to be a cutscene here that I assume the players are skipping. So I had it in the page, and it's kind of relevant to understand what's even going on, but basically you look in that mirror, it shatters your soul or whatever, and now you have this soul which that you're connected to and can switch around, and that's kind of it.
And alright, chat, look very closely at animations, like that fire animation, and make sure that it's running the same way on both screens, but I'm pretty sure we're looking good so far. That's looking like they're moving the exact same speed. Yeah, so the purple portion of your soul doesn't take any damage, or have collision. So you need to sort of switch with it to have the collision with the green portion of your soul. We played games similar to this, but I think this does really good on expanding the concept of this.
Maurice started looking more confident, but it's still too early on to play the
Yeah, Exuno's keeping up.
Exuno seemed to correct really fast, so at this point it's anyone can get stuck in one section, and that's a lead change.
Yeah, I found some of these screens like really took me a long time. I know this is kind of like your preferred genre, Polari, is these sort of precision platformers. So I'm not surprised that you didn't... I think I remember your sub-comment saying that it might be too short. I think for most people that's not the case. But it gets... Sometimes later on it gets pretty hard.
It's there's a lot going on. It's not like exactly my strongest thing. It's I would prefer even more just glitch platforming and less mechanics, but
this is a game where it's really helpful to be able to keep track of multiple things at once. You need to know both where your purple guy is, where your green guy is, when to switch. Yeah, I would say this is kind of a Maurice game. I think Maurice's ultimate genre would be a mouse game. So now we've got these switches. The square switches, I think, can be activated. Like, certain switches can only be activated with a certain type of hole. I'm trying to remember which is which now.
to now I was just following Exuno because it was in a more convenient spot on my monitor and trying to check what Maurice has been doing meanwhile. Apparently he was on the touchscreen ahead.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just the purple soul can activate the switches, and the switch shape shows. Well, I can tell you. The switch shape shows sort of which block it's going to affect when you hit it.
Right. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay, now we get the blocks that you need to touch with your main guy.
And they switch gravity, which is already it's a lot to keep track of. Switching in 2 different ways. So there he had to do the mid-air switch. Exuno's keeping up.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, the game doesn't do a ton of like mixing these concepts. Like, you could absolutely just be wilder the player with all the bullshit that's going on. It's most likely you get one thing that you need to deal with at the time. Like right now, Maurice is bouncing on these gravity flips, but there's no like only switches to deal with at the same time.
Yeah, there we go. The switch and I don't know, this stuff. I mean, Maurice is picking it up, but this stuff was just so hard for me to keep track of. It's just so much at once.
Never mind. I take back what I said.
There's a much smoother way to get this done, but I appreciate it. Yeah, there we go. There we go. No! This is Exuno's chance. There we go.
Maurice, what are you doing? What?
I don't know what he's thinking.
Maurice, what?
Oh, did Exuno not get the checkpoint there? Or maybe he hasn't made it through this section yet. There we go, get that checkpoint. There we go.
And he's caught up just like that.
Yeah, I think Maurice has the right idea here. You have to fully avoid these switches. Oh my gosh, is Exuno pulling ahead? This is tense. Although there's still quite a bit of game left.
Okay, so I'm gonna amend what I said earlier. Like, it's not that the game doesn't mix the concepts, but it doesn't like throw them all at you, or throw them all at you at once and make you deal with it on the spot. It's like a pretty slow pace where you can mostly move on at your own pace.
Yeah.
And, like you see what's coming up, and you need to figure out a plan how to deal with that, and you can execute it.
This checkpoint that Maurice is on here, I had a lot of problems. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's just difficult. Moving on. I don't know if it's great that he's upside down here. Maybe it doesn't matter. No, probably better not to be. Oh no, I see. So he has to jump, he has to only switch when he's in the air for this, or else he's gonna fall through that platform. He has to switch back really quickly.
And it's so easy to keep talking about how a game is easy when you haven't played it in months and have no idea how anything works anymore. I would still say that the main difficulty is that this movement is so unintuitive. It's
Yeah.
like they are not doing any super tight jumps or anything. It's just you have these two guys flipping around, and then you need to hit switches with something specific. And if you can keep track of everything in your head, like at this point I'm gonna press that button, and then I'm gonna press this button, and so on. Like if you can parse it like that, then it's not bad. It's just you really need to take your time to figure out what you're doing.
Well, and sometimes the game doesn't give you that time. You know, that's why you have to go through these sections 4 or 5 different times, because it's just really hard to nail down.
Right, I did remember that you get some kind of auto-scrollers later on. I think this is really the first one they've come across, right? Like so far, they move on at their own pace. Even these ones are pretty slow. Like you don't have all the time in the world, but
it's true. Yeah, you could imagine a game like this really dialing it up. Okay, so these we're introducing things that kill the soul, but maybe not the man. Probably both, actually.
Probably both.
Maurice hasn't even tested to see if Green Man is unaffected, but I mean, they look pretty dangerous. Oh, the little reverse. Picking up on that very quickly, which is good. Oh, yeah, okay. Almost falling off the platform there.
Alright, yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, he's starting to get used to it.
It's such a weird move, right? To fall off the platform and then switch. It's just very unlike anything else that I've played. Okay, so now we've got a shifting soul plane. A shifting reflection point.
I vaguely recall this being pretty late to the game already.
Yeah, I think Maurice is really making pretty good progress here. This is not a super long game.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier that I had marked it as potentially too short, and that it was largely down to difficulty. Like it's not a lot of content, but it can take a lot of time if you struggle.
Yeah.
And I don't think this is quite near the end yet, but it's sort of like a beginning of the end stages, where the game expands on this mechanic then in a couple of other ways still.
Yeah, so this is interesting here. You have to switch at the right time because of the shifting plane. So this does kind of lock your movements into a rhythm where there are best possible cycles you could be hitting, and the more time you think, the more time it's going to cost you. I guess that's always true, but it's amplified in this.
Right, but it's not like the game forcing you to move and rush decisions.
No.
Like Maurice has died twice, and if he took his time to avoid making those mistakes, he would be way ahead, even if it cost him several cycles. But
I'm not
then
sure
again,
what
if
he
you're...
wants to do here.
Nah, he had it just now. Wait, no.
Oh, he wants to where it's literally above him, but flipped. I see. This is a tricky one. There we go. Nope. There we go.
Gotta use the oscillation of the soul to make that.
Chase sequence. This is probably the end of the game, I would think.
I don't think this is quite the final section yet, but it has to be coming close.
Okay. Masterfully making it through here. Exuno's really keeping up pretty well, honestly. I think with any other opponent, this would be a pretty good time. Well, there's still a chance. You know, Maurice could get hung up on something for sure.
Isn't Exuno only now entering the oscillating phase?
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
not even quite. Oscillating comes after these boxes.
Right. Yeah, so right now it's not particularly close, but also we're talking about really short times here, so if Maurice does get stuck anywhere, like stuck,
Yeah.
then that could easily run out the clock.
He's here. Oh, here he is, the big man. Oh, he shoots at Celeste style. Celeste, chapter 2, chapter 3 style.
Yeah, well, whichever boss. Oh yeah, and he kills both. Or the song. Yeah, it has to be both. I think we hadn't tested yet, but hitting the
Oh, it's
main
true.
body.
Yep, it is both.
But since it tracks the main body, then it would be really stupid if it didn't kill.
It's a very good point.
Yeah, Maurice got it. That's what the game wanted you to do.
It's a good point. I mean, there may have been kind of a way to cheese it and get it a little bit earlier, but just waiting on that cycle. It's better to finish the stage than it is to do something cool.
Right, it's not like saving frames that this is gonna come down to.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Picking up on that pretty quick. I was still trying to analyze what was even going on screen. Oh. Is that a reset?
I wonder if he just fat-fingered the manual restart button.
Maybe.
I assume there's one.
Oh! got blocked out.
That was rude.
This guy's a pro goalie. I know, I don't think there was really an indication that that was going to happen. Oh.
Yeah, I kind of doubt that was intended. So I wonder if I'm entirely misremembering, but I think there was some section that was like the oscillating one earlier, except more.
Hmm.
And I keep waiting for that to show up, but it's really starting to look like final boss stuff here.
Oh. This is difficult. I'm not sure... You can't really do anything to mess with your... Oh, you go left and right like VV.
You go left and right.
It's like that... Yeah. I can't remember what that's called now. There's like the Flipatron or something it's called in VVV.
Gravitron?
Yes.
I think.
Hey, I was pretty close. Flipatron.
Gravitron 3000, maybe?
It is a little weird when you... Because the... I guess you can land, so that also makes how the cycle isn't fixed. Oh, well, that one guy saying things about the race. Does that mean that one guy beat Maurice in this race? Oh, but not blind. I see. Man, that's nice. You said not blind just to not scare the racers who were in there. Very kind thing to say in the race chat.
I can jump between windows to check. I'm still using IRC for the Twitch chat.
seems to be just a hold right. We've shattered the whole screen. Now is when the green guy comes into real life, and you have to make him jump around your living room. Yeah, that's a really difficult, because that just depends on how you have your living room set up, so.
I think there was some optional secret stuff if you kept going after that point.
Oh.
Not sure. But yeah, I guess I was wrong about there being more about the oscillating stuff. And pretty sure it's the end as Maurice leaves the screen.
Exuno on the chase sequence. Keeping up, honestly. Pretty decent time.
I didn't even review my pace bin. I have no idea what's going on.
I don't think this pace bin has very much information.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Maurice finishing in just under 20 minutes, so it was
Short
good.
race.
Yeah, pretty short, but if Maurice finishes in that time, then it's fine enough.
Yeah, that one guy finishing in 14:25, but had played before. What's the official SRL time? 08.
Wait, I don't think Exuno was supposed to flip there.
Get some Exuno audio. Exuno's probably talking. We'll see. If we hear him say, "Oh, fiddlesticks," I'll switch away. Oh, Maurice is in the waiting room. How polite to be in the waiting room. He could just hop in, but he knows the etiquette. Hello, Maurice.
Yeah, exactly. There's a procedure, there's etiquette.
How you
Exuno's
doing?
pretty far.
Yeah,
well,
Exuno
good,
really
that
was
one.
keeping up. Honestly, at when you really got on those three columns of buttons, Exuno basically.
The 3 buttons, man, screw that thing. Like a minute or something just bouncing around like an idiot.
Oh, I don't know if you can make that jump. I think you did the right thing where you waited a cycle.
It was super rude how the boss got me at the end of that one screen.
I know.
It was. It really was.
We were. There's not. I guess it's kind of indicated that would happen, but like, not really. I thought it was pretty rude.
And then on the last boss screen where there's a wall ahead of you, I was like, oh yeah, I'm not walking into the next screen until like 2 more seconds of waiting.
What do you think of this game?
Pretty alright, very indie.
Yes.
Sure, nothing offensive about it.
I thought it was
didn't.
cool.
I
had a
didn't
really
like
hard
the.
time. Go ahead.
I didn't like the waving soul line thing mechanic.
Yeah, probably
having
wasn't
to wait
as strong
for the
as
soul.
other mechanics.
Oh, and in this one, I accidentally touched 2 switches once, and then it killed me because I guess I was in a block, as it remade the block.
Oh,
but that's
I
kind
was
of
wondering what happened there.
I think that's what happened. And then I was like, okay, I'll be extra careful next time. Oh, Exuno. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I'm not up to date. Imagine I said what like 10 seconds ago when Exuno just went past the end of the screen and the boss didn't get him.
I had a really hard time. It's true that up and down part, even more so, but just in general, just kind of, you have to really watch more than one area of the screen at once, I feel like, to be really successful in this game. It's just difficult for me.
Yeah, in this case, this room gave me a little, like, made me nervous, because I was afraid of always getting hit by the boss. But Exuno doing well. I think this is it, right?
Yeah.
This screen also, like, this is just like one of those you did it screens, right? Where things just kind of happen automatically. Well, except if you jump too good at the start, apparently. Yeah, Exuno jumped pretty good. Let's see if it happened. Oh, he stopped.
Yeah, he did
yeah,
hold right. Yeah, he
on
did the
that
little
up, down,
adjustment.
up, down.
Yeah.
I mean, Imagine if that costs you the race. You would be so annoyed.
Yeah, we were talking when these guys first showed up. You'd never touched one with the green guy, so we were like, well, they probably both kill you. And Maurice is assuming that. But
yeah, that's what I assumed.
you never actually did until the boss came and jumped at you, the Celeste boss. So we were like, well, that explains it. But, I mean, it's a good assumption to make, but technically, we never actually saw whether or not it was just a soul killer, or if it
The
actually
Celeste
killed
boss, do you mean
too.
the eye monsters in the temple?
No,
But it makes sense. This is like a mirror temple.
I was thinking. Oh, it's true. I was thinking the what's his name, Mr. Orochi or whatever on chapter 3, when he
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're right.
he shoots across the screen and he waits on the left side just like that. GG to Exuno. That was actually a really solid time. I think many other opponents that would be a win. Maurice is a powerful opponent.
Good. Did you talk about my 5 stars?
I did.
Like
that's
really
1
good
star for
restaurant.
every MT.
Or a really good hotel.
Oh, it's true. Once you have 6 stars, you're not really like nothing is 6 stars.
5 stars is also one more than German national team has World Cup wins. The zone is here.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
That was probably closer than I thought it would be in a game like that.
It was
Like, I
really
did pretty
close.
okay.
Maurice had.
I got really stuck on that, what's it called, one stupid part with the switches that
Oh yeah,
like,
me too.
you just had to find where it wouldn't hit them 3 times and not 2 times or whatever, because the hitboxes on those were real bad.
Maurice spent like a minute there, and so you're.
Well, I spent more than a minute there, so.
So you basically caught up to that screen.
Yeah. But yeah, from the start I was like, wow, this is a game that I'm good at, but it's a game that Maurice would be way better at. And there's no way that Maurice is not just going to sight read more of these things than I am. And just have the execution. But
it was pretty close. Maurice also got at when the boss was on the right side of the screen, because he follows you exactly, and you just walked right into him, like at the very end of one of those screens.
Yeah,
and
those screens were pretty long. I think I did a pretty good job at like actually not taking any deaths on them. It felt a lot easier than some of the stuff in the middle, where it was more like, wow, you need to actually be very precise on where you're going to be teleporting and jumping and stuff. But no, that game was really fun. Good race.
You beat my time by quite a bit. I had a hard time with this game.
Oh yeah, no, I could see a lot of people struggling a lot more with that game. But congrats, Maurice, you get to enjoy your vacation without having to worry about deadlines.
Yeah, I was actually really worried about it. Oh, I'm gone for like 2 weeks. Losers brackets deadline is a week. Ooh, that doesn't quite work out.
Okay, but
we I totally lost it. I'm gonna say something and I totally lost it.
okay.
We love you, Exuno.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, it was a really great race. I was gonna say, I keep saying it's that one guy's year. He got a 14.
Oh yeah, no, I was like, wow.
It was not blocked.
That one guy's done, and Maurice is gonna be done in 2 minutes, and then there was a couple more. So if there wasn't a third part of the game, it would have been fine.
The one guy said he wasn't blind, but still.
Oh, yeah, that's fair, but this is still a pretty execution heavy
Yeah,
game
that's what I
where-
mean. That's what I mean. Yeah, I was like, okay, so if that one guy is not blind and it's done, there's probably like 2 screens left. There were like 6 or something. It was way more than I thought.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's his year. I'm telling you. That's my. I don't know. Maybe not dark horse because we know he's good, but it hasn't been in top 8 yet. I don't think so.
No. I mean, I've knocked him out once, or at least knocked him to losers. So. But. Moving on, we've got a race between Hopscotch and Freeball coming up next, getting set up.
Wow.
Now. I'm excited for that one.
Couple of classic racers, yeah. And actually, well, so what do we have coming up? Maurice, how would you feel about switching?
Oh, do you want me to take over? I can.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, we got the Ghost Trick epilogue song. It's the perfect song to get to the next chapter, which is me.
It's so true.
Okay. Well,
me
thanks for
set
having
up.
me. I'll pop out.
Yeah, give me just a second and I'll set up, and then we can do a quick switch. Don't lose
Okay.
the engagement. That's what Ninja's book told me.
Oh, that you want to turn your stream on and off all the time to boost the engagement?
No, no, that you don't want to like keep your stream down for longer than a few seconds if you're doing something.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we can learn a lot of lessons from Ninja, our favorite streamer around here.
I don't even know if his book is. I don't think his book is about that. I think it's more about gaming. But it's really funny to say, "Oh, I learned this in Ninja's book."
Yes, it is.
Right, I think I'm ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.